yourself from everybody else, and you interrupt the person and say that's interviewing you and say, "Hey, I was looking at the internet last night researching the company, and you've been around for 35 years. That's wonderful. I didn't know this company had been around that long." The person's going to look up from your resume and look at you and think, this guy's got a little bit on the ball here because he knows something. And the bottom line is...
things like, I saw you started in plumbing 35 years ago, and now you're in electrical. How did you make that jump? That's what I want to do. You're exactly right, Steve. You will stand out with those type of techniques. It'd be like going out on a date. It's like going out on a date for the first time and never knowing anything about, who you're dating. If you actually show interest in that person, you do a lot better. I mean, this is human skills 101. It just apply them to the business. Look at the business as someone you're trying to impress. Learn something about them.
If you're being interviewed for a job and there's 50 people being interviewed and you've got a resume, if you don't get into a conversation with the interviewer and have him put down that resume and start to engage with you, you might not ever get a call back. So you've got to learn to turn that around with the interviewer. And Dave, you have taught people from an employer standpoint what they're looking for, and that is very valuable information, and I've passed it on to a lot of people. I thank you for that.
Steve, one other thing that'll go a long, long, long way, smile. When you go in, look people in the eye and smile. A smile changes everything. So anyway.
No, that's good. Dave, you got a couple other points in your outline on job interview skills about reading, the importance of reading and being a team player, and don't create any drama, and be there to learn, be there to grow the company. You're working for them. You've taught those things in your seminars. I've heard you do it.
Yes. Again, think of the person who's hiring you. They don't need more drama in their life. They're trying to run a team of people. They need team members to come in and help them. And your goal should always be to make the team successful, make your boss successful. And this was taught to me by a business school professor many years ago. He said, the best thing in life is when your boss succeeds and moves up the chain. If you've helped your boss move up, your boss generally pulls you along because he wants to succeed and go to the next level. And then you do the same thing. You want people to help you move up. So life is about helping people. It's very self-serving, but it's very, very true. Be the best teammate on the team. Your boss gets ahead, you get ahead. They don't need more drama. They don't need more, things going on and people fighting. They need people to, help them, move the company forward.
Dave, if anybody that's listened to you today wants any more information, you could give me stuff to post on Right Thinking's website would be a good way to do it. Do you have any other suggestions?
Again, you mentioned it earlier. Read. And if you have challenges reading for whatever reason, you may be dyslexic, you may have, your education isn't where it is, there are resources and social services that can help you. You have to reach out and improve that ability of yours. Because if you can now start following people like Steve and read people that inspire you and read the stories how they got ahead. If you go online and just Google homeless people that have now turned into successes, you'll find 100 great stories. Learn from others. So that would be my number one thing is engage your brain, and that will lead you.
Dave, we're down to about our last minute or so here. I lost track of the time when the interview started, and I didn't set my timer, so we might get bumped out pretty quick here. But let me ask you one final question. What advice, with everything else you've said today, can you give to somebody that's experiencing hardship, they're down at the bottom, their self-esteem is at a zero level, and they've just about quit? What can you say to them to help them pick themselves up and keep the fight going?
Hang in there. Hang in there. It will get better. you can't quit. That's not the answer. Get outside. I walk a lot. It frees my brain up. Things like that clear you up. And then, quite frankly, you got to get back in the arena. And find people that will be willing to help you. And if you find someone who's willing to help you, God forbid, don't let them down. Then if they're willing to help you, now you got to up your game even more. So, your tagline, Steve, is something to the effect of plan ahead, hang in there, we'll get better. I think that's a great, great motto.
Thank you, Dave. What I'd like to say as we close today is that,
look forward to being with you again.
Dave, thank you. I've said it 25 times, but I can't say it enough to you. But I want everybody to understand there are plenty of people out there that if you start doing for other people, caring about them, that they're there to help you. And you just got to do what Dave said. You just got to pick yourself up, and just quitting is not an option. So, Dave, I'd like you to come back sometime, because it's a pleasure to have you on here, but you got so much more that you can connect with people. So in summary with you, Dave, I think you're saying never quit and give up. Be connected. Get that first job. That's great advice, Dave. We appreciate that. So I would like to just thank everybody for listening and tell you, have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Right Thinking with Steve Copeland. I look forward to being with you again next week. And remember, don't quit, plan ahead, it will get better. God bless you, and have a great week.